Hi Atsuto, this is an interview for a study on the level of LGBT acceptance in Mexico and in Japan. I'm going to record your answers and are you willing to answer a few questions? And if you do, could you introduce yourself a little bit, please?
All right. My yeah, I'm introducing myself. My name is Atsuto and I'm from Japan. I'm a third year university student. And yeah, I'm gonna answer all of the questions from now on.
Thank you. For the first question, have you talked or learned about LGBT topics before, Atsuto?
I have ever talked and learned about these topics because one of my professor, yeah, her major is same-sex marriage or something. So I know I know about that quite well, but especially in Japan, I don't know about the situation like worldwide situation about LGBT plus topics, but I know these topics only in Japan.
No, it's okay. With the information you give about Japan, it's great. Talking about this, how familiar do you feel with LGBT plus issues in Japan?
Oh yeah. As I talk, like yeah, I know about that because of my professors.
Okay, so let's go to the next question, which is what cultural or social ideas in Japan do you think affect how people see the LGBT plus community?
Mm, I mm, I think it's in Japan like well, they're they think like in a traditional way or some kind of they're like they don't want to accept the new stuff. I think that's quite conservative. So a so they're like some kind of stereotype, especially in parent generations. So it affects a lot because like parents have this kind of stereotype and the parents tell about this kind of stereotype to their children. So it is kind of big like a enormous effect to children about like how they think. So it that children can be affected like in a big way. So I really think the stereotype affect how they think, how people think. So it is.
Okay, that is really interesting. Do expectations about family, now that we are talking about that, or gender roles influence the way LGBT plus people are treated?
Mm, mm, well, I think uh, mm, I don't think so. I don't know. Like, actually, it's quite rare to see these kind of people in Japan. But I think there are laws in Japan, but they try to hide their true identity or emotions, their feelings. So we cannot see clearly because the society like doesn't affect, and so they cannot tell their true feelings or something. I think it's no good idea, and uh, because so I'm not sure, but I don't know about that. Mm, I think, but I don't know about these topics. I don't know about that, but I don't think this is kind of expectation influence the way LGBT plus people are treated. So, let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
No, you did good. Do you think media in Japan, like TV, anime, or news, affect people's views on LGBT plus issues?
Mm, I think in Japan, Japan has very strong judgmental media environment. So media cannot broadcast like everything because people are politicizing about that. For example, for children, TV program, they if they broadcast a some kind of a I don't know, like discriminating stuff, like after after they broadcast it, the people who saw that, who watched this TV program, like criticizing or blaming a lot. So the media is in a very severe situation. So they cannot broadcast that. So doesn't affect that much, I think.
Okay. Do you think the government has an influence on how society sees LGBT plus people?
Mm, yeah, I really think so. Because if the government doesn't change, the yeah, society, like the government has the power to make a law or regulate something or just legalize something. So the government should regulate a or like legalize the same-sex marriage or something about this kind of situations because like if doesn't the law doesn't change, doesn't revise, the situation doesn't recover, doesn't go away. So I think it is really is it the yeah.
About what you mentioned of marriage, what do you know about LGBT plus rights in Japan? Like legal protections or marriage, the topic you were talking about?
I think like in Japan there's some lawsuits about the same-sex marriage. Some yeah, and I think they're not there. There hasn't been accepted, but yeah, it's still controversial. I think in Japan because, as I said, Japanese society. I don't know how to say, but society in Japan is I don't know conservative. People try to think in a traditional way, if I say in a good way, but something like that. So I think that people like these kind of people didn't treat it in the right way, like in the same way with normal, I think like a man or woman. Like so it's quite I think this is in a it's bad situation for my perspective, I think. Yeah.
Great, I totally got your idea. Now, how do you think Japan compares with Mexico, if you know something about Mexico, where same sex marriage is legal?
I think it's about this context that Mexico is really like in a really good situation for them for this kind of people because same-sex marriage is still illegal in Japan. I mean, not illegal, but it's not legally accepted. So we that these kind of people cannot marry. So yeah, I think in this way Mexico is way better and thinking these kind of people, and that Japanese government should think and consider about think about them and consider about this kind of people. So yeah, something.
Okay, I find your perspective really interesting. Do you think Japan is moving toward more legal recognition for LGBT plus people?
Legal recognition. Yeah, I don't know. As I said, it's controversial topic, so I cannot say yes, but I cannot say no because there are some lawsuits that as I said, lawsuits about same-sex marriage is being legal, being illegal. So it's it is it has been changing, but not yet to change. So it's gonna be legalized, I think. Yeah. So also like mm, recognition. Ooh, but Japan is aging society. So and I also like in my perspective, like older people, elderly people think in in a bad way. I think like they have very strong stereotype, as I said. So their their way of seeing these kind of people, are not. I think are not good. I think like oh, this kind of people. Well, I think yeah, it's not blah blah blah. I don't think so, but yeah, currently the current situation, considering current situation, this kind of yeah situation is going on in Japan side.
Okay. Um, what changes do you think will help LGBT plus people feel more accepted in Japan?
Mm, like people should know and learn about these people because mm, this kind of topic is still taboo in Japan. Kind of, I don't know. I cannot say, but I cannot say it's. I cannot say it is really taboo or something. It's just that, in my perspective. But I think, yeah, people should know and change the way of thinking about them or seeing them. So I think, especially like elderly people, they're there's a very strong prejudice bias. So I think for about younger generation, they don't have very strong like stereotype or prejudice or bias because nowadays the education system in Japan is has been changing. So we should like in Japan, like in the school, we're told like we should accept this kind of people. Mean like it's it's normal, all right, yeah. It's just normal. Like there's this kind of people, I think. So yeah, but like the education system is changing. So for younger generation, yeah, it the prejudice, like the way of thinking is changing. But for elderly people, they're not. People are yeah, these kind of people are not thinking in a good way when they see. when they see these kind of people. So I think we should change our idea of them. So
Okay, thank you. That was the last question. Is there anything else you like to add?
yeah, this is all of the stuff that I want to say. Is it all right? Maybe sorry, my English very rusty. I cannot
No, no, no,
answer
it's
very
okay.
like precisely. So yeah, this is all about that. So bye.
Thank you, Atsuto. Bye. Thank you for letting me make you these questions.